Making a character is all about choices. Stats, appearance, personality, and skills all define your approach and your playstyle to the game. While each step is important, the pieces that have the most value are the ones that make the game fun for you. In this video, we're going to cover the 6 steps in creating your character. Greetings, Vault Dwellers, and welcome to the Wasteland. This is your Overseer speaking, Three-Eyed Townie, and today we're going to be talking about the 6 steps in creating a playable character for Fallout, the role-playing game by Modiphius. This video is a continuation of a Learn to Play series that I'm putting together for the game. This video will wrap up the basics of character creation, and we're going to touch on a lot of topics that were covered in previous videos, so if you haven't checked those out yet, you might want to take a look. For all intents and purposes, the character you create and play in the Wasteland is you. While it may not be a direct representation of yourself, the characteristics and abilities that you give your character are defined by you with the intent of creating an experience that you want to play. Now, we've talked about each of these steps in previous videos, but I thought it might be helpful to have one concise video that covers all the basics. First, you choose an origin. You can be a Brotherhood Initiate, a Ghoul, a Super Mutant, a Mr. Handy Robot, a Survivor, or a Vault Dweller. Each comes with its own advantages, traits, and potential disadvantages, so be sure to make note of those as you decide. A character's origin equates to their background. It plays a part in defining their ideals, disposition, and way of life. My suggestion here is to not get too bogged down with which origin has the most optimal bonuses. The playable origins in Fallout provide a lot of flavor for excellent role-playing moments and act as an inspiration for how a character would carry themselves in the Wasteland. Once you've landed on an origin, it's time to decide what makes you special. Your physical and mental capability are determined by your attributes, and these attributes are strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. Each attribute will have a number score attached to it, commonly referred to as a rank. When calculating your attributes, each starts with a rank of 5, and you get 5 additional points to spend freely. Just remember, no attribute can be lower than 4 or higher than 10, unless otherwise specified by your origin. Your attributes are important because they act as a prerequisite for many perks. They also help determine your derived statistics and determine the target number on skill tests. After determining your attributes, it's time to decide on skills. When assigning ranks and skills, you have a total number of ranks equal to your intelligence score plus 9. When starting a character at level 1, no skills rank can be above 3, and no matter what level you are, no skills rank can be above 6. You then get to choose 3 skills to be your tag skills. These skills are considered to be the most important to your character. Your origin may allow you to have additional tag skills, so be sure to check that out so that you don't miss out on anything. A tag skill starts at a rank of 2 that is not deducted from your pool of starting points. All other skills start at a rank of 0. Next, you choose your perks, and honestly, this step is probably going to take you the longest, just because there's so many options to choose from. Perks are what really dial in your character to exactly the way that you want to play. They offer up specialization in ways that attributes and skills just can't do on their own. Each perk gives a character some kind of mechanical advantage, like the ability to reroll dice or gain additional action points or increase their special attributes, and so much more. Some perks do have prerequisites, like having to be a certain level or your attributes need to be a certain rank, and those will be listed in their description. Starting at level 1, you get to choose 1 perk, and with each level you gain, you get an additional perk. And some origins do offer up the ability to gain a perk that way. There's no wrong choice here. It's all about picking the perk that your character and your playstyle will utilize the most and have some fun with. Step 5 is calculating your derived statistics. These are passive stats that will come into play during the game, but you don't have to roll for them. The number is just the number. There's carry weight, damage resistance, defense, initiative, health points, and melee damage. Carry weight determines how much you can carry before becoming over-encumbered. You can carry a base of 150 pounds plus 10 times your strength attribute, unless specified otherwise by your origin. Damage resistance is typically determined by your equipment, but there are also different perks that can modify these statistics. The 4 types of damage are physical, energy, radiation, and poison. Your defense stat determines the base difficulty of attacks made against you and is determined by your agility attribute. An agility of 8 or lower grants a base defense of 1, whereas an agility of 9 or higher grants a base defense of 2. Your initiative determines when you take your turn in combat. The highest initiative goes first, followed by the rest in descending order. Your initiative score is determined by combining your perception and your agility scores. Health points determine how much damage you can take before being knocked unconscious. When starting a character at level 1, your maximum HP is determined by adding your endurance and your luck attributes. Each level you gain 1 additional health point. Melee damage determines how many additional combat die you get to roll when dealing damage using melee attacks or unarmed attacks. This melee damage bonus is calculated by your strength attribute. A strength of 7 to 8 grants 1 additional combat die. A strength of 9 to 10 grants 2 additional combat die, and a strength of 11 or higher grants 3 additional combat die. Lastly, you choose your starting equipment. Based on your origin, you get a few different options. Some equipment you get will alter your derived stats, so be sure to make note of that when completing your character. Each equipment pack is themed to add flavor to your character and act as a callback to the life they lived up until the point your adventure starts. Additionally, your choice in tag skills also grant some special gear. If starting a character at a level higher than 1, you get a set number of caps based on your level that you can use to purchase additional items. Each level will have a limit on the rarity of the items that you can select, and you can find this on a table on page 81 of the core rulebook. These are the 6 steps in creating your character. There are so many different options to go with here, and really, there are no wrong choices. Make decisions based on how you want to play and what kind of character you want to be in the Wasteland. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you found this breakdown helpful. As you probably already know, this video is a continuation of a Learn to Play series, and we have so much more to cover. If you don't want to miss when the next video is coming out, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications. You can find me and the rest of the Fallout 2D20 unofficial fan community everywhere on the internet. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, and we have a very active Discord community as well, and I'll leave links for all that in the description. And if you haven't already ordered Fallout the role-playing game by Modiphius, you can do so directly from their online shop, and I'll leave a link for that in the description too. Thanks again for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, I'll see you in the Wasteland.